How you doing? Well, hello there. Good to see you. Bit of bass pedals. I thought I was going to be interviewed, announced, but I'm here to say hello to you. Thanks for coming down to the Yes Fest. Thanks to Christine and everybody who put this together for you all. I'm getting blinded by the lights, but Jeff Downs is over there. He's rocking. And I guess you've had some guys come down. Is anybody going to come up and talk to me? Okay, Lane's going to come on. So, yeah, here we go. Mike Tiano. Grab the other mic. Grab the other mic. We haven't got any questions, but I've got lots of answers.
As accustomed as I am to speaking...
Oh, this guy talks a lot, believe me.
Well, Steve, thanks for joining us here at Yestival.
All right, thank you. Thanks for inviting us.
Steve, questions.
You don't have any? Oh, he has.
And we do have some prepared questions for Steve here.
Surprise, surprise.
No, I can't believe that. Someone just handed this to me. Do you read the internet mail from Notes from the Edge? Actually, from your website. And he does.
I do, yeah. I answer the things. I get... That's quite an interesting thing because I do get round to doing all these answers to these questions. I just recently, when I was in Buenos Aires, I sat down for 3 hours and answered 50 pages of questions. So it's a lot of fun. It's nice to hear from you guys. All your quirky questions, you know, kind of weird questions about what's the tuning of this and why did you do that and when are you going to do this again and when will they stop doing that? I'll leave all the that's and this is to your imagination. But, okay, you got another question?
Yeah, I sure do. Steve.
Yeah, that's me.
Why don't we have any live material from Relayer? Otherwise, keep up the great work.
Okay, well, I could say that why don't we have any live material from Time in a Word or any other great Yes album. We can't do it all at once, obviously. It would sound a bit disastrous if half the group played Relayer and the other half played Going for the One. But at the moment, we're coping with just playing one song at a time, and we've got, like, you know, over 2 hours to play in. So Relayer is a very unique kind of material, because obviously Patrick Moraz was playing keyboards. Patrick! I know he's much loved by the Yes fans, and he did a great job. In fact, I was talking just yesterday with somebody, and in fact, it was John from Guitar World, and basically he reminded me that, of course, Patrick worked on Beginnings and the Steve Howe album with me, so he did some fine piano work for me and Mini Moog stuff. So he's a great guy, and of course, Relayer is great material. If anything, I'd love to be playing To Be Over. To Be Over. So, you know, and I won't mention the other two, but, you know, basically, you know what they are. But To Be Over is one of my favourite ones because it's such a romantic piece. It's not often that Yes really settle down, especially nowadays, with something that's a little bit, you know, more warm than just Baby I Love You Baby. I think we can do without that, and so can the whole music industry. But, you know... I always hoped, let me tell you this, I always hoped that I'd never play on a record where they went baby a whole lot, you know. I always thought that was like just not very exciting word to have. Another question from the wonderful Mike Tiano.
No, actually, this is from your fans out here.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just the conduit.
Yes.
Steve, are you doing any CD-ROM music work in the future?
Well, yeah. Here at the Yes Festival, I think a few people might be chuckling because you know that you might have passed a stand that Beyond Sound has, and Beyond Sound and I are working together on a CD-ROM that's going to cover a lot of Yes music, a lot of solo music. It's going to and also going to contain the Steve Howe guitar collection in CD-ROM form. So the answer is yes. Well, time frame on this isn't one of those sort of pipe dream projects. It's in we're producing it right now. I've fortunately done all the work I can do on it at the moment, or maybe that I will do on it. So they're fixing it all up, making it work, making it interactive and friendly and all those things, making it fun basically, but making it quite expansive. So it's got a lot of musical ideas, a lot about the collection, and a lot about somebody called Steve Howe.
And I take it it's going to be of interest to both Yes fans and to the guitar player who wants to learn about your technique.
We anticipate that everybody in the entire universe is going to buy this CD-ROM. And if you don't, I'll be very cross.
Okay, Steve, next question. I saw your solo
universe.
I saw your solo tour in Baltimore. You're incredible. Is there a song you pushed for to be included in the set this tour? A particular song you pushed for to be in the set?
I guess Yours Is No Disgrace. It was something... Chris Squire, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Squire! How you doing? Hi.
I guess you're in the middle of talking to Steve, so I'll shut up for a minute and save my voice.
Why don't you take that one? Are you going to take over on this?
Pass it down. Pass it to the left.
Hang on. Take this. Take that.
I leave the room for 5 minutes, and look what happens. I don't think we clap one more time. One more time. Okay. You guys rate with the questions. Okay, we've got a lot of questions. A lot of questions.
I'd just like to say that I know John would like to have been here, but he likes to save his voice before the show, so he sends his apologies, okay?
Thank you. Okay. Well, shall we start with the questions, guys? Is that all right?
You could do, yeah.
And guess what, Steve? The first one is for you.
Oh.
Okay, so Steve, what pedal steel players do you listen to or influenced you?
Well, the first guy I heard, who I think is still the best, was a guy called Speedy West, and he played on... Yeah, thanks. He played on Tennessee Ernie Ford and a lot of other records from the late 40s and early 50s, hillbilly style, and also with a guitarist called Jimmy Bryant. But since then, there's been a lot of great players, and when we were touring with Poco, their pedal steel player, who I've just forgotten his name, unfortunately. Somebody remind me, no? Anyway, Poco, great pedal steel player, and there's a lot of jazz guys and a lot of, like Pete Drake, who played with Bob Dylan, and Bud Emmons, and there's a lot of guys, but Speedy West is the old-timer who used to rock and roll in a big way.
Very good answer, very good answer. Let me see here. I think this question is for Chris. Yes Fest was a few days away from my birthday. I got to come up and get a big picture and kiss from the band. It's close to my birthday again. Nikki, are you up for making a girl's birthday wish come true? Chris?
Sure, okay.
Where's Nikki? Oh, she wastes no time. She's gonna make her way up here, Jim.
Here she comes. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear. Happy birthday to you.
And sing this. I met you in a rest area after Washington show. It's that way that it was great.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
The lady met me at a rest area near Washington one night, apparently on the road. That was quite a coincidence.
Okay, let's see. Chris.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song? It doesn't specify yes, so you've got some leeway.
What, for favorite song?
What's your favorite song?
By anyone ever?
By anyone ever.
Oh, Oh dear.
Steve, you might as well think of an answer too.
Oh, I know. It's a song called Ram.
Funny enough, about 10 minutes ago, I was playing my tune called Ram at the sound check. So telepathy must have been. Were you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That's very nice. Wow.
And now, Steve, what's your favorite song?
Fish.
Is that the band Fish you're talking about?
Okay, the next one. Will we ever see a live video or live album released from the drama tour period?
There's some more live recordings that were made, because I remember Atlantic played them to us when we were doing Yes Years. There was a couple of other tracks, and they may surface one day, maybe on a rare record by Yes, of Oddities or something. I can't remember any video. Can you? Well, we did a video in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, for all that Into the Lens with Jeff, and we also did we do Into the? No, we did Tempest Fugit.
Yeah.
That was a video, but I don't know about live video. I can't remember. Could you?
No, I don't think we did. We did a live Madison Square Garden radio broadcast. I remember that. That was very obscure songs on it, like "We Can Fly From Here." And so, I don't know. I don't think we ever filmed it. I think that the light was reflecting off Trevor's glasses. So.
Very subtle. Very subtle.
All right, Steve, this is from Rick Connor. Would you please play a piece from Gates of... Not right now, maybe at another time, maybe tomorrow morning, unless you'd rather now. I mean,
no.
Would you like to...
Listen. But he's asked me, what does he ask me about Gates?
Asking you to play, I didn't even finish the question.
No, he didn't.
To not play the soon part, to play, other parts.
All right, other parts of Gates of Delirium. Maybe one day. I mean, it's
maybe
it's
tomorrow.
the same question as we were talking about with anything from Relaya. Has certain multi-levels of musicality that we need to research, having not done it for so long. And Patrick, of course, isn't with us, as he was only for that record. So another time, another place, maybe we can get to Gates again. It certainly would be exciting.
Bring Patrick back is what he said. Steve, what were your inspirations to play guitar, and when did you first start playing?
I was 12, and it was Les Paul and Mary Ford, and also that steel guitarist Jimmy Bryant and Speedy West on those early Tennessee Ernie Ford records. I just liked music, and I liked brass bands. I like any kind of stuff, and then suddenly I liked rock and roll, and I didn't like anything else. So, that was I was just before rock and roll. I heard the guitar and thought that's what I want to do, like Les Paul.
We're very, very glad you picked up the guitar. Yes. Chris Squire, I think this one's for you. This is from Ken Jonish, one of our Yestival attendees from years gone by. Where does the song Mind Drive originate from, and will you be playing it live soon? We've heard Mind Drive a lot.
We were hoping to do it on this tour, and we were serious about it. Then when we realized that, because we were touring with Alan Parsons, that we wouldn't really have the time to be able to represent the kind of 30-year picture of Yes and play another major long piece as well. So I guess maybe we will do it in the future, but maybe next year. Yeah.
Any chance through the end of the tour?
Pardon?
Any chance it might materialize to the end of the tour?
Well, no.
No? Think about that a minute.
We have other songs that we're kind of tentatively working on, songs that we're very close to being able to play. But unfortunately, that isn't in that immediate chain of songs.
Just checking. Chris, how did it feel, or both of you, how did it feel playing back in London, back in England? You haven't played there in so long. You just did, we've got some folks here from England, if you couldn't tell. We've got some folks here from Lima, Peru. We've got folks from Argentina. All over the world they're here today. Mexico. But how was it playing back in England, back at home?
It was great. It was really good. It has been a long time since we've done such an extensive tour. You know, of like the Plymouths and Birmingham and Sheffield, but it was great. It was really good. And London, of course, was fantastic, and I had a great birthday there.
Yeah, we understand you had a huge birthday party.
Yeah, we had a good time. I'm 50 now.
50, oh my.
Of course, it was good for me to be back in London. It's my hometown also, but it was nice to be back with Yes, because I'd done 3 solo tours of England, and on each one I'd said, you know, at some point in my show I'd usually say, one time I'll be back here with Yes, you know, and everybody would clap. So it was like, you know, it was good to get back there with Yes and play, because, you know, there was an emptiness. People hadn't seen the band since Union, and they wanted to see more. And of course, as Chris said, in the provinces, we went right round Scotland and southwest England. We did everywhere, and it was great fun.
Yeah, and the food's got better too.
Well, actually, part 2 of the question from Lou and Tish was, did you enjoy the cake, the birthday cake that they gave you on stage?
We'll say it again about the cake.
Did you enjoy the cake that Lou and Tish brought you on stage?
Yes, no, definitely. Yeah, we did. We took that to the party, and we all had a little piece. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. How's the tour been going so far?
Well, it's been busy.
Just been a week
you know, it was very hot in Mexico. I remember when we were there. It was like, that was pretty crazy. The most polluted day ever in the history of Mexico City. We played a gig. I nearly died on stage, actually.
I'm glad
but it's been fun. It's been great.
Now, we talked with Billy a little bit earlier about your involvement with the Key and the Chris Squire experiment, and about how Open Your Eyes became the new Yes CD. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit, from your solo realms?
There's actually only 2 of the tracks from that were on the Squire experiment, one being Man in the Moon and one being Open Your Eyes, that came from that album. The rest was started from scratch, you know, last year. The beginning of '97, and you know, we started working on it, and John got involved and started adding vocals and changed the shape of things, and then Steve came along later on when he was freed up and put the guitar on. So it was evolved pretty quickly, really, for an album. And you know, apparently we're going to go and do another one that's going to be even quicker, but I doubt it.
What is it about Billy Sherwood that caught your ear?
What is it about Billy the what?
Billy Sherwood that caught your ear to get involved.
Well, he's been around. I've known him for nearly 10 years now, and, you know, and it's like he's been working in and around the band, you know, for quite a bit now in one capacity or another. And so, you know, we kind of thought he should become a full member.
And Steve, how is it working with Billy?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's working well. I mean, obviously the stage is one kind of level of working out how you do it together, and also records is another one. So we've got some ways to go on both. We've got a ways of developing what we could be doing. So, you know, I'm looking at it positively, and it seems to be going well.
Now, Steve, I understand, and we spoke about this before, you and John have been doing some writing about some things that may not be so Yes-related, or do tell what's going on with your writing.
Well, you know, it's in an incubator sort of stage, really. I can't say much more about it. I mean, John and I have been writing for a while, and, you know, we're writing stuff, so there's going to be plenty of that for Yes, and maybe something for another project. What are all these things down there?
Turn them on. You've got to see it. It's fabulous. They're up. Look up.
Oh, I see. Oh, now you tell me, you know. You should have warned me before you turned them on. Oh, Rick.
See, Rick is here.
Yeah. Great. Who needs Rick and where's Rick? Rick's doing what he wants to do.
He's doing whatever he does. He's touring churches, I think. I don't know.
Oh, Chris.
I know one thing, he's not here. I think... Now.
But one thing's
Let's
sure.
not upset Jeff now. Is it Jeff?
Well, I mean, if somebody doesn't want to be in the band, then we know how to carry on without somebody who doesn't want to be in the band, and that's what we did.
Well, speaking of...
Is that optimism or pessimism?
Excuse me, that's not John Brewer, is it, over there? No.
I just got Rick. I've got your keyboard.
Well, it's an open door policy with Yes, the way things go. Speaking of keyboardists, what about Igor? How do you say it? How is he called?
Whichever way you feel like saying it, he doesn't mind. I mean,
how's that new
Igor.
guy? Is he a full-fledged
Hey.
member or what? Do tell us. Give us the scoop.
He's that's the answer. The answer is basically, he's new to us, and obviously we have an arrangement that shows that he will be coming into the band, more and more. And he's done a great job.
Very good. Chris, here's another Chris Squire experiment question. Any plans to release any of the music? I mean, is that on hold
yeah,
now?
there are. As you know, I'm very slow, and the intentions are good, and we're kind of busy at the moment. But hopefully, by the next century, I will release it.
Why are you always... Chris, why are you always late?
My watch loses time, and I forget to set it forward. That's the problem.
Next.
Chris, who makes your coats?
Actually, Laurel, our current lady on the road with us, who does our wardrobe, made my current outfit. If that's what you want to know.
Well done, Laurel. In her spare time.
I think I grabbed the Chris Squire stack of cards, not the Steve Howe ones. So if you got the Steve Howe stack, you can bring him up.
So far.
So, anyway, have we got many more of these? Because shouldn't we pick the contest winners and all that?
White Sox?
The White Sox, well, I tried to go to gold, but John said no, he preferred them white, so I'm back to you.
Okay. Well, I do understand you all have some work to get to, but what I'd like to have you do is just, anybody have any...
Hey, how's your work with Annie going?
Yeah, work with Annie has been fine. We've done several weeks this year, and we keep doing as much as we can, and we keep hoping to find the right connection to make it work for a label release and that kind of thing. But Annie currently is back in England working with Renaissance because they decided instead of just doing a kind of keys project where it was partly live or partly studio or partly retro and partly new, they did it where they're doing a whole new Renaissance record with Annie Haslam. So fortunately that's keeping her busy while I'm busy.
Is Jeff Downs going to play tonight?
I don't know, we haven't thought of that. You have, that's very kind. We would love him to come up.
Here's a good one, Steve. Are you doing any CD-ROM music work in the future?
I already answered that question,
okay.
yes.
See, these
we
are
did that one
questions.
with Mike Tiano, yes. Beyond sound. Why didn't it get on the charts? Oh, how? It got to number 50 one week.
You know, the thing is about Open Your Eyes, my personal belief is that it reminds me a bit of the Yes album, and the Yes album was never actually in the Billboard top 200 except at the very bottom, but it just sold over the years. I think you'll probably find the same with this album. We'll probably end up selling a lot of records, even though it didn't run up the charts, but probably. But I mean, I think we're going to go and make a new album, or we are planning to next January, and it looks as though that one will probably better. Our management says we're better set up now for radio credibility. So let's see what happens.
We haven't played Tomato very often, unfortunately. We thought we'd play Silent Wings one time. We had a look at it, and unfortunately, the band's got a repertoire that's too big. We need to do a concert that lasts all day, not just all evening. Doors open at 10. Yes, go on at 12, and we do like 3-hour shows all the rest of the
we could
time.
just,
All right, we do have a few more questions I want to go ahead and go through here. Okay.
I'd like to hear any more new releases like Tales long after.
Well, there may be other things, but we're not going to release the 28-minute backing track that we did to Tales Side 1, because you just wouldn't believe how weird it is. And it was sensibly edited into a 20-minute record scale as opposed to 28 minutes non-existent scale. Well, I'm sure there are. There's always things floating about. In fact, there is something. I don't know whether I'm supposed to announce it, but it involves Pennsylvania and it involves Martin Guitars, and something will happen next year that I'm doing with Martin Guitars that I'm very excited about. But more next year.
We'll have to come back for that one. Okay, we do have some questions we're going to go through, okay, because Steve is going to come back tomorrow, so we can put them all in writing and present them tomorrow. How's that? But I do have one for Chris.
Okay.
Jerry Peterson, I grew up near Toledo, Ohio, and I wonder what prompted the song about it on 90125.
The way John writes lyrics, he grabs a word from here and a word from there.
You must have been
puts them in a sentence, and then I was thinking, are we talking Toledo, Spain, or are we talking Toledo, Ohio? I never asked, but I mean...
Touché. Good answer. Here's one, Stephen. Chris, I've traveled from Peru especially to see you, and would you mind receiving a little present from Peru? And this is from Cecilia.
All right, Cecilia.
Cecilia, come on up. Step up. Step up.
That's very kind. Thank you very, very much. Hi there. Thanks. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
It's not the first gift from Peru I've been given in a little box, but still.
Twisty.
Thank you.
Good one. Open it on stage. All right, I know we're getting ready to wrap up, and you guys have to actually get back to the show, but what was it like playing, Chris, with XYZ? That's Christine.
Well, it was brief, really, It was brief, and we used to go on pretty late, and, it was very rock and roll in a Jimmy Page kind of way, but it was fun. It was good.
Okay. Any kind of special encores tonight for the Yestival crowd?
I think they want us to do Starship Trooper. Well, we'll talk to our boss. We'll talk to our boss about that. See what he says.
Oh. Okay. Not right now. Pardon me? How does the new material sound?
I don't know. But our management keep asking us to make Fragile 2, so I don't know what so I don't know what we're going to do. We'll find out when we get together.
Are you pressured to come up with a top 10 hit?
Not really, no. I mean, we never have, but apart from when Trevor Horn went nuts for like 3 months and made us do Over Lonely Heart till we were nuts, but it worked. But You know, and in some ways to come up with a hit is very difficult, and to do something very simple is very difficult. You know, to do something complicated is often simpler. Yeah.
Bill loves that one.
Yeah. So anyway, it'll all come out in the wash. We'll see what we have.
Okay, what I'd
Sure.
like to do is bring it up then. Actually, Steve Howe is going to come back tomorrow, if that's all right.
That's right.
Do you want to have him come back tomorrow? Will you play for
Yeah,
us?
save that stuff for me tomorrow.
All right, what happens is we're going to go to a little vote down in the back room. We have a banner. It's fine for a few minutes. We're going to have an announcement in just a minute.
It's just that if I start playing the time,
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, Steve. I saw her coming in this morning. She was asking.
hey,
Hey, do you remember me? I brought a computer when you came to.
wow,
I
how you doing?
How you doing? Hi.
Good boy.
When you came to sign in HMB or something, I brought my laptop computer and you were talking to it.
Oh, you can remember, yeah. Laptop.
Bring it again, but and then we started erasing the late phone. We got all set. Yes, I have you. I have you. Yeah, I have you.
That's really an original first.
Yeah. Cool. Are you ready for your show?
Yourself.
Dilbert. I got two of the things in my house.
Okay, folks.
I think I'll see you in Boston on Tuesday, so let's see you.